I wanted to ask you a question.
What's up?
So, this is really serious.
Should we be here right now?
Just kidding.
No, okay, no. I mean, this topic is serious.
Okay.
But the way I started it, okay, anyway. So, this
Somebody
story I have
died?
here- No, yes, actually.
Okay.
Oh no.
The story I have here is it's really tragic, actually. So, they are reporting now that in Brazil, there are a lot of indigenous communities that are being severely affected with COVID to the point where a whole bunch of like the wise ones, like the elders of these indigenous communities have passed. And with them, they're taking like
The knowledge.
decades and generations of knowledge of their culture to the point where they're saying like right now, they're like facing extinction.
It's like smallpox number 2.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Is it like they just weren't notified of it?
So the thing is in Brazil,
Like, I don't know if the indigenous people live with amongst the regular people, or do they have their
they
own?
live in their own communities, but the thing is because in Brazil right now, like COVID's so intense, and so these indigenous communities, they need to get resources, and the government isn't really taking care of them to the point where now they're being forced to go out into the community, like the cities and stuff, and actually get resources to survive.
How-
There's not
I
enough
mean,
bananas?
No offense, how indigenous are they if they can't get shit from the land
Yeah,
themselves?
okay, because when I think of indigenous, I'm thinking the Amazonian tribes that nobody can contact.
Contact
Was
list.
it Brazil that was basically like, yeah, there's COVID, but we don't really care. We're just gonna ride it out?
That's Mexico.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, for a while, yeah. I'm
Well, the president was saying shit like that.
yeah. I'm thinking of more like if they're so closed off, like you're saying, they got to go into the village to get supplies, like get bottles of water or something.
Well, I think they're like indigenous, but not like
Maybe the tribes,
separate from the world or anything.
because I know they have the tribes that have contact, and then they keep preserving their culture.
Yes.
And then people come, and the way that they make money is through tourism.
Right.
So they're not like fully like what's
Cut
the
off.
word?
Cut
Yeah,
off.
cut off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking hate you. Because he says some really wise
Some
shit.
deep shit, yeah.
And I'm
This is going on?
Yeah, and I'm so invested, and then I zoom out to see the full picture, and I see these fucking
He's like,
stupid
the
ass.
economy thrives off of tourism, guys, okay?
If you could see that he's also barefoot right now, it would help as well.
My feet need to breathe, man. I got eczema right now.
It's just hard. Like you're saying some very profound things.
Yeah.
But the fucking little one.
You know what the fuck be happening in the motherfucking world today?
Will you run for governor of California? Yes.
Fuck yeah, dude. You know I would.
I'm voting for you 5 times.
I want to prove to the world that I could kill it in this motherfucking race by being my true self and showing that I'm superior.
I want to be your campaign manager.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Well, yeah. So you guys were asking like, well, if they're so indigenous and secluded, then why are they getting COVID? Well, the thing is, government health workers that were going into these communities, like some of these leaders are actually blaming the government workers who went to go visit.
They be coughing on them and shit.
as like they're the culprits who gave them.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's happening right now, and it's really sad because like
is sad.
for one group of people in particular, they have lost 10 of their wise ones.
They're elders.
Yeah, the elders, exactly. And so they're saying that they are like living libraries, that it's been very painful.
So they don't have a written language, and then they have these like old guys that remember everything, and he didn't.
They didn't write anything down.
Right?
They should have.
Right?
Should have wrote it down, man.
And,
I'm sure they wrote something.
I sure hope so.
You guys are so fucking American.
I hate it here.
It's just the way he looks.
It's just the way he looks. It's not the situation.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with what's coming out of his mouth.
What do you think I'm dealing with? I'm his fucking campaign manager. It's a nightmare.
I think it's the fucking juxtaposition of the fucking outside to
Well.
the inside.
I'm just saying, okay? It kind of sucks if only one person in your team remembers everything.
Not just that, I mean, it's like they are like, you know, the chiefs, the elders, the
Stories.
traditional healers of
I think-
these communities.
I think that, in addition to like, if there's like, they're kind of like a president, right? Like a president that actually does shit. Where it's like, if there's some issues happening amongst the community, then they bring that problem to the elders, and the whole community of wise ones can like work it out.
But I don't know nothing about
wise.
indigenous peoples, right? So I'm speaking from a place of ignorance. I'm just kind of like, well, if he's the shaman, the historian, all this stuff, and he's gone, who's gonna help the other people when he's sick?
And why are these few people holding so many titles? They should have spread the positions around.
That's what I'm saying.
The historian is also the shaman, and also
No one said
the
that.
baptizer,
That's what he was saying.
and also the I don't know. Oh,
Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of like the elder people, so multiple people.
Many hats.
I wanna talk about shamans because I just watched this whole video about like natural healers and psychics in the community. A lot of the times they don't fucking wanna be the shaman. Why? Because they still gotta do whatever duties they have to do, right? Like the goat herding or the fucking like whatever normal things people have to do. Like
Survive.
You have 5 childrens, right? You still gotta do that. And now you're the village
Now you gotta
healer.
you gotta go find an iron newt, and you're like, God damn it, I'm so tired from herding the goats.
But I heard a lot of the times people don't fucking want to be the shaman because they're like, oh damn, no, I got these gifts and shit, and I gotta heal. But
are they nominated? Like, how do people know about these gifts?
they know that they have gifts at an early age because they go through certain. Well, in the Western world, I would say hallucinations, or like we would write it off as like mental issues, like you might having psychosis or whatever, right? Like they have these special powers, and these natural abilities are interpreted in these other communities as like something special, and then they get guided with a mentor. And then this happens a lot, like whether it's Tibet or the indigenous people of America or whatever, like it typically happens where early on in childhood, when someone has these episodes, someone in the community who's either experienced that themselves or like an older shaman, they mentor that craft. And then they figure out a way to kind of live with this special power that they
It's
have.
like The Shining. It's like you have a shine to you, kind of thing is what they think.
And then, but a lot of times they don't want it because they're like, oh man, I gotta do this and I gotta still herd goats. Like, what about just being a shaman? Can I just do that?
And get paid for that?
Yeah.
So I gotta do other shit?
Like I gotta go catch a fucking live bat for a potion.
For someone who fucking saved your lives, I'm not living very well, guys.
Yeah.
For me, when I read this story, like I was really thinking about the tragedy of like losing an entire culture because it's like, that's like irreplaceable. Like how do you move on from that?
I know, man. I don't know how I can live with people going, what? Anime, what? Dirty underwear, what?
See?
And then like so many people care like they like about Japan, right? And what if a volcano just goes away and all of a sudden like I'm a part of this like forgotten place where guys would marry robots?
All the weebs here
That's
to
the
save us.
culture.
The weebs.
Some of it.
And the closest thing you could do is maybe ask the rival tribe for, what do you guys remember about us? But that's like asking like Salvadorians about Mexican history.
First of all, your leader was a bitch. You should know that.
Fuck, well who else? Because you have to go to another elder, but then those elders remember you a completely different way.
Yeah, I think that what Tiff's saying, it's so sad because you see a whole culture disappear, and that's why if you're a culture out there, just start writing this shit down.
That's what I would do.
Whatever's going on in your culture, just start transcribing it.
That with like the bloodline too. Like, what if it's just you're the last person of your
Full-blooded?
bloodline?
And if they don't know how to write, can we just fucking record them and their
Start
stories
taking videos
and upload it on YouTube?
Absolutely.
So then, at
for
least
fuck's sake.
if they need to, there's a fucking proof there of what happened.
Or at least
with
if
my
like the first person in a tribe starts coughing, immediately go tell me some stories, please.
Yo, let's hear it.
Yeah,
Oh, that's already
'cause if
going
he's
wrong.
like-
But you're
No, but if he tells the stories, you're gonna get sick.
But at least you could write it down
Okay,
and
writing
in
it.
an email,
Yeah, you gotta
start
write it.
emailing that shit. Yeah.
I don't know.
The minute people start coughing, you gotta write shit down.
Fuck's sakes, you gotta write this shit down, guys.
That's why I asked. Do these tribes have legitimate question? Do they know writing? Legitimate question. Like,
I want to guess yes. I want to guess yes.
Because just because you're indigenous doesn't mean you don't know how to read and write. Like they still
Like,
send
you have
some of their
pens.
kids.
They have their own language.
They still send their kids to school or whatever, right? But like what's happening is that some of these groups, I'm assuming, is just all oral history. So then when the shamans die or the old people dies, it just all ends with that.
Or just don't be like me. I recorded my dad telling his life story twice.
And you deleted it?
Leave it.
One of them got corrupted, the other one got
You're
lost.
the worst historian, dude.
I really am. I gotta do it a third time now. This fool's probably so sick of his own story. I'm sorry, Dad.
No.
Oh, he gets better at telling it.
Probably.
Dude, I heard
I told you this one already, man. Goddamn.
Dude, I heard my grandpa talk about Vietnam so many times, but I kept falling asleep.
Your dad?
No, my grandpa. So I don't know. I don't really know what he did in Vietnam that much. I know some of it, but not that much.
You know, there's like a fuck ton of tribes still that are, what do you call it, uncontacted in the Amazon.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
There's that
mainly-
violent one, the super violent one.
Oh, because they just shoot
island is-
fucking trains. Helicopters.
the drones and stuff.
Dude, the one where that Christian guy tried to go into that village and he's like, "Yo,
Same one.
I want to bring Jesus to you," and they fucked him up.
That's in India.
Yeah.
That one island, right?
Yeah, it's an island. The Sentinelese.
Sentinelese, yeah.
Yeah, so this is the Kaya.
Oh, do you know why?
So
Kaya
cool.
Oh man, they look
Do you know
awesome.
why that tribe got so violent?
Because they got sick in the past when they made contact.
No, because it's a missionary that came and he was molesting all the members and cutting off, like, dismembering
And
them.
examining their genitals and shit.
Yeah. And then so after that, they're like, no outsiders, they're crazy.
What a shithead.
Yeah.
I hope they killed the shit.
But this was like 300 years ago or some outrageous amount of time. Like, it was like mad years ago, right?
They hold on to grudges.
They wrote down the grudge.
They're-
That's what you do.
That's what you
That's
do.
how you pass it down.